What is up, guys? It's your boy No Risk and No Premium back with another episode of the market overview. Guys, today what looked like it was going to be a sell from hell was saved by NVIDIA, it seems, right? After the minutes today, we had what appeared to be a sell-off just into some big demand area. And then obviously after hours, we had NVIDIA. Let's talk about what's going to go on tomorrow. Looking at the U.S. economic calendar here for tomorrow. In the pre-market, just jobless claims comes out pre-market, and then we have some data 15 and 30 minutes into the market open. You can see manufacturing composite PMI, as well as existing home sales at 10 a.m. So we'll have to pay attention to that. And then a bunch of oil data looks like right there at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But as far as the charts go, looking at ES here, we just went right down to our 49.57. If you're actually in the Wolves of Wealth in our futures channel, we actually did get to catch this long. Now we closed it out after 10 points because that seemed like a win on the day with how immense the selling pressure was all day. Obviously, the majority of this candle was from NVIDIA, right? We had the squeeze into close, and then NVIDIA took us way, way, way higher. But if you guys could see, we had this level highlighted. We were looking at this 49.60 area from the beginning of the week. It was just if we were going to get down there, we did. We basically had a little bit of a dip below, right below yesterday's low, and then it ripped up. You guys could see some bullish divergence here on the RSI, right? The strength of the move down was moving down. We had a lower high. And we made it lower, excuse me, we had a higher low, but we had a lower low on the chart. So the 1 hour kind of told it all there. Caught a little bit of this move. So as far as tomorrow goes, I think any dips now back into 49.95 to about 49.97, I will be looking to see if we can hold that zone. I really am not interested in anything lower than 49.84. As you can see, this little bit of balance that we kind of built out now, right? Seeing this balance and then ripped up. I think 49.84 is be about as low as we'd want to get there for tomorrow without actually going down and testing some more liquidity down here at about 49.60. So 49.97 overnight to start. If this thing has some strength, you'll have a smaller dip. If we dip a little bit lower, 49.84 is where we'll be looking. And then if we could take out highs 50, 35, 50, 63 are the two levels to the upside you got to pay attention to. That's also not how you do that. Oh, it's already on the chart. Anyway, looking at the NQ chart here, going to the 4 hour. Same thing as that ES chart, right? We've seen this level 410. I wanted 410. Now we dipped a little bit below here into about almost 350, but 372 it looks like. But we really went down to 410. That was going to be my level to watch on the FOMC. We went a little bit low, basically went up and reclaimed 471 though, right? So 471 was that big level to reclaim. And then we just went Ripper Magoo. How are you? Right back on up above 700. So very similarly to ES tomorrow, going to be watching this retest of about this 600 zone, right? About 590 to 600 in this area in here. If we do get this back test, right, I would want to look to see if we can hold this area for a move back over 17,800, and then 18,000 would be above there. Bulls don't want any lower than 17,471, this level right here on NQ. Going to the SPY chart. We were looking for that dip into 495, and we got it. Went a little bit lower, right? Went a little bit lower, but you see these levels that we do have highlighted in here. We wanted to dip into this level. We basically held it and then went Rippy McGooey, but right back on above 498.50, which was yesterday's high-ish zone. So now we're going to want to watch if we open above this area, dips back into 498.50. Can we hold? If we can, 503 back to the upside. If not, go look for some liquidity down lower. 495.96 would be those zones you want to watch there. On SPY QQQ here now. QQQ closing right at that 430. So didn't quite get over yesterday's high like SPY did, but we knew that 430 from the beginning of the week. If we lost that level, we were going to go down and search for some lower levels. We did go down, bounce right, basically wicked under some major levels, right? Being that 423, wicked underneath it and then ripped it right back on up there on this 4 hour. So 430 tomorrow is going to be all about this level. If we break and hold above it, 433, 437. If not, we can search from some liquidity. 425, 426 would be a back test. We don't want any lower than 423 or else we start to continue on a sell-off Their IWM right down to where, right down to that zone we had highlighted from yesterday, right? We wanted 196.97, went right down, wick down, and popped right back up. I do like to think that if tech wants to keep on going and the NVIDIA trade works out very nicely to the upside and holds overnight, basically has to hold overnight. And if it does, I do think we get maybe some buying pressure, some late FOMO buying at the open. I would like dips into 197 to hold here, or if we can break back above 200, 200 is going to be my level up here. Break back above that. That's basically yesterday's high. If we break back above that, I think 205 is on par. Okay. F trade guys, very nicely dipped down in. We were able to get in. So if you're in there very nicely, I like any ads down to about 1150 here. This is for May expire really, really, really far out. And then AMD, I totally dropped the ball here, guys. I am not even going to lie. I ended up actually closing at the highs on the push into the close. It was not going to be, the juice wasn't going to be worth my squeeze here on the NVIDIA earnings, but obviously we're up $5 after hours. So if you're holding any of those 180 calls, you're going to be deep green tomorrow if we open up here. But if not, and you didn't, you practice good risk management. For me, it was had enough risk on in some other trades. It didn't make sense for me to also be at risk on here in AMD. But nonetheless, if you guys held, congratulations to you. Can look for this back test at 165. For some reason, we want to come down, dip down, and get back going. Over 173 opens up 180. Over 180, it is 185, 190. And then I think just 200 would pretty much be the breakout over these highs here. So now tomorrow, let's watch 165, 160, 173 gap. You guys can see it right here. Over 180 gets this party going. Guys, that is all I got for you. As usual, you got to wake up early, get your levels right, and of course, not do anything fucking stupid. We'll see you bright and early. Peace.